Introduction. Do you know that there is movement in our body even when we are sitting or lying on the bed? I don't know. Look at the earthworm in the soil. How does it creep? Let me tell you some interesting things about body movement. Children, in this lesson, we will learn about body movement and difference between movement and locomotion. Objectives. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to define movement and locomotion, identify movements in various animals, identify the streamlined body. Body movement. Hey, look at the earthworm in the soil. How does it creep? Yes, as we walk or run, these earthworms creep or crawl. Birds fly, fish swims, snakes slithers. Other than these movements, we can also see that we move various parts of our body. Like when we pick up a book, we move our hand. The movement is the change in position, while locomotion is the change of body from one place to another. Movement in earthworm. Earthworms move easily on hard and slippery surfaces. Earthworms have tiny, stiff hair-like projections called bristles under their body. They grab the soil with the help of these bristles. Earthworms first stretch and then contract their muscles to move. As a result, they cover only a small distance with every move. A slimy substance secreted by the earthworm helps it to move. Movement in snail. The outer skeleton of the snail, the shell, is made of calcium carbonate. The snail pulls this shell along as it moves. The snail can even hide its head inside the shell. The strong muscular foot below the shell can protrude. The undersurface of the muscular foot is lubricated with mucus. Waves of muscular contractions along this surface help a snail move. The mucus also reduces the risk of injury from sharp objects. That is why snail can walk over sharp objects like blades without getting hurt. Movement in cockroach. The cockroach has 3 pairs of legs that help it to walk and 2 pairs of wings that help it to fly. A cockroach moves its legs with the help of muscles near the limbs. It uses its breast muscles help to move its wings and fly. A cockroach can walk, fly and even climb. A cockroach can move in different terrains like sand and wired meshes because of the spines on its legs.
Hey Cherry, how are you today?
Not good, Professor. Last night, a cockroach crept up to me and I'm still scared.
Oh, come on. Cockroaches are scared of humans and not vice versa, Cherry. A fan of superheroes and scared of a cockroach? That's not impressive at all.
No, I'm brave. But cockroach, they look so creepy, Professor.
If cockroaches are creepy, then what do you have to say about earthworms, Cherry?
Those slimy little things that crawl. Yuck! They are so slow and lazy. You can't even shoo them away.
Well, being slow doesn't make them lazy. A snail is also really slow in its movements, but that's how they are created, Cherry.
Snail, the one with a shell on its back.
Yes, that's correct. I must say though, I'm a bit surprised that you aren't a least bit curious to know about these creatures.
Actually, I am, Professor.
Let's begin the module with a race. Adi, the earthworm, Ali, the snail, and Carrie, the cockroach, are in a race to beat each other. The track stretches from the tree till the exit gate of the park. Let's find out who wins the race in the module on earthworms, snail and cockroach, where we study movement in earthworm, movement in snail, movement in cockroach. The race is about to begin. Ready, steady, and go. In the first row, we have Earthy, the earthworm. An earthworm's body has many rings joined together. Its body is all muscles and no bones. A large number of tiny bristles connected to muscles project out from under its body. While the earthworm moves, it extends the front part of its body, keeping the rear end fixed to the ground with bristles. Then it fixes the front part, releases the rear end, and drags its rear end forward. Quite a coordinated effort. It needs to keep repeating such muscle contractions and relaxations so that our Earthy is able to move through the soil. In the second row, we have Ailey, the snail. How can one think of carrying luggage on one's back while on the run? That too in a race. Is this the cause of the snail's pace? It's the shell on its back. Guess it can't do without, it's born with it. It goes wherever the snail goes. The best part is, the shell protects the snail's soft body. The snail has 2 tentacles. Do snails have feet? Yes. But where are they? Expectedly, underneath its body. This is one. Where is the other one? Oh, it has only 1 foot. The single foot is in the form of long muscular organ spread underneath its body. The muscles in the foot contract and expand to push our friend Ailey the snail forward. A snail's pace might not be a safe bet when it comes to a race. Carrie the cockroach is in the third row. He looks pretty confident. Let's see what makes him move. The body of a cockroach is covered by a hard brown colored shell. A cockroach has legs in excess. 3 pairs of legs for walking. These legs are connected by muscles to the body. Additionally, 2 pairs of wings as well. Wings? This means our Carrie can fly? Look, he's gone and already reached the winning post.
That was an unfair race, Professor. Like I said, the cockroach is creepy and mean.
That was just an example, Cherry. Cockroaches are amazing creatures. Can you believe that a cockroach can remain alive up to 1 week without its head?
What? Without a head?
Amazing, isn't it? Now wait, weren't we talking about body movements? The snail moves by creeping on a flat foot underneath its body. What are the silvery tracks left in the garden by a snail? The foot of a snail has special glands which produce slimy mucus to make a slippery track for easy movement. When the slime is released and it comes in contact with air, it hardens to form a silvery track. Let us do an activity where we make a wormery. Let's take a large jar that has a wide opening. Add some soil and water. Now put some dead leaves, vegetable waste and earthworms in the jar. Place a paper bag over the top of the jar. This will keep out light but let the oxygen in. Keep the wormery in a damp area and keep an eye on the earthworms. You will observe the earthworms working in the soil. The earthworms can digest decaying parts and can also loosen the soil by their frequent movements in and out of the soil. This makes very good wormery compost, which is great plant nutrient and manure.
We have a nice garden outside our house. You think this wormery will help my mom in maintaining it?
You bet, Cherry. Your mom will be pleased to see you take interest in gardening. Hey, you can throw in some dead cockroaches as well. The earthworms will eat anything that's dead.
Oh, I'm too scared to find them, Professor. They're always hiding in the dark.
That's not entirely correct, Cherry. Let's challenge our brains to dodge the belief that cockroaches are afraid of light. Well, not exactly. While most species of cockroaches prefer darkness, some are actually attracted to light and can be found roaming near windows or on television screens at night. They scatter when light is shone upon them and this reaction is more influenced by their fear of humans.
So you're saying they are afraid of us?
Well, I say it like I see it, Cherry.
Tell us more, Professor.
To begin with, do you know? The lifespan of a cockroach is just 1 year. Lucky cockroach gets to scare so many people in 1 year alone. But not all are so lucky. Only 20 species of the known 4,000 to 7,500 species of cockroaches are suited to live at home. That's a relief, isn't it, kids? Another interesting fact about cockroaches is that they die lying on their backs. That happens because they lose the ability to control their movements. With a bulky upper body, their thin leg muscles contract, pulling them beneath the body and causing it to tip over. But when alive, they are hard to catch as they can run up to 3 miles an hour. So when do you start working on the wormery, Cherry?
As soon as possible, Professor. Where can I get the worms from?
Just look around in the garden, Cherry. You will find plenty in the soil.
Thanks, Professor.
Different animals, they have different type of skeleton, they have different type of movement, and they require different type of habitat also in which they move. Earthworm requires a strong base on which they can move. Their body is filled with fluid, meaning that their body spaces, it consists of liquid. Now this liquid, it forms their skeleton, and hence we can say that earthworm, they have a liquid skeleton. Now what is the significance of this liquid skeleton? Here we see that this liquid skeleton is important as the muscles, they push against this liquid, and this pushing or the contraction of muscles against this liquid basically changes the shape of the earthworm. And the change in the shape of earthworm, it helps in the movement of it. Here you can notice that first of all, it fixes its rear part, okay, and it extends its front part. Now as it extends its front part, next what it does is that now it fixes its front part and shortens it. When it shortens it, it pulls the rear part automatically. So that's how it moves. Although this movement is very, very slow, but this is how the earthworm uses the liquid skeleton along with the muscles. So and overall we can see that for the movement in earthworm, it requires this liquid skeleton and the contraction and relaxation of the various body muscles present in it. Snails, if you observe carefully, you will see that they have some spiral structure on the top of them, and this is what you call a shell. So this shell which is present outside the snail's body, this is what you call an exoskeleton. So we'll say that a snake has exoskeleton because it is present outside the body. Now if there is anything which is present inside the body, of course, for example, if we talk about us, we have bones and muscles present inside the body, right? So these bones which are present inside the body, they form our skeleton, and that's why we say that we have an endoskeleton. So endo, which is present inside the body, and exo, which is present outside the body. The snails, they have exoskeleton in the form of shell. For the purpose of movement, the snails, they possess a muscular foot. Okay, let's have a look at it. So if you look at the movement of snail, you will see that at the bottom there is a thick, fleshy, muscular foot present. This muscular foot is very strong as it contains very, very strong muscles. And these strong muscles, they help in the movement of snail. Again, the movement in snail is also very slow, and it does it with the help of this muscular foot present. The cockroach also has an exoskeleton which protects its body. For the movement, a cockroach, it possesses very special thing, which is the 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings. Now what is the significance of all these? A cockroach, it can walk, it can climb, and it can fly as well. So it would require all these things. Okay, so to walk, we will see that the cockroach uses its legs. Now to fly, like I said, it has 2 pairs of wings which are attached with the breast muscles of cockroach, and these muscles, they are very strong and they help in the flying of a cockroach.
No wonder we can never catch them.
Your hatred for cockroach is strong, Cherry.
I just don't like them, Professor.
Okay, relax. We are anyways at the end of the show. Let's quickly recap, shall we? In this module, we have learnt the following. An earthworm moves by repeating muscle contraction and relaxation. A large number of tiny bristles are present under the body of an earthworm. A snail moves with the help of a flat foot present underneath its body. A cockroach has 3 pairs of legs for walking and 2 pairs of wings for flying.